Hey, good morning guys. Kelly here for your video for yoga on, what's today? Thursday, the 19th of March. I don't know what day of quarantine it is, but appreciate you guys joining me this morning for yoga. Hope you're feeling good. Let's begin. We are going to be focusing on spinal twists today. So remember that you only go as far as it's comfortable for you. Don't push past that place. So really listen to your body and turn on your favorite music and we'll begin. All right guys, we're starting standing today. Go ahead and just roll your shoulders. And just use this time to just connect to your breath. Inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. Switch directions if you want to. Good, and on another inhale, come up. On your exhale, reach behind you. Clasp your hands, open your collarbones to the ceiling. Take a deep breath, feel it drop all the way to your belly. Good, and while we're here, let's just drop an ear to a shoulder here. Probably the same shoulder that it's on. And the other side. Good, take another breath. Come center, exhale, drop your head down. Feel that lengthening in the back of your neck. We tend to hold a lot of tension there. Good, and release. Inhale. Good, on your exhale, just let your left arm come in front of you, your right arm go behind you. Keep your posture tall. Good, and we're going to inhale and go the other way. Good, so if you've got a couple of you doing it like we are, you can do the wave here if you want to. Good, and one more time. Good, and come center, inhale. Exhale into heart center. Good. Now just bend your knees. Good, and I just want you to collapse the upper body into a soft fold. So the legs are bent here. Just waking up the back, feel that lengthening in your lower back. If you need support, bring your hands to the legs, whatever you need to do. Good, and then from here, just slowly begin to straighten one leg and the other. Maybe they don't go completely straight yet, that is okay. And if you need to come up to the shins while you do this, that's fine. We got big pops going on over here. Good. And now bring your hands just above your knees. Take a breath and let the spine sink as the tailbone lifts. Lift the crown of the head. Feel your shoulders drop into your back pockets. Good. This is a standing cow. Take a big breath. Feel your back body expand. And now through your next exhale, up into standing cow. There's that back arch. Good, and back down. Good, and one more time up. And from here, press into the floor with your feet and come all the way up. Take a breath. And take the hands to prayer center. Lift the sternum into the thumbs. Take a breath. And now exhale. Dive. This time straight legs. Go as far as you can. And now inhale. You can put your hands on your legs. Spinal extension. Big breath. And let your rib cage, that's your focus, float farther down your legs. Let the crown of your head go to the floor. So think about your forehead going towards your shins. One mistake we commonly make is we look at the floor here. And if you look at me right now, you can see my neck is actually arched like I'm looking upward. If I were standing, I'd be looking up right now. So we want to let that relax. Good. Place the hands on the floor. Bend your knees if you need to. Walk back. We're going to plank right away. Good. So from here, if you need to widen out your hands, you can. I want you to take your right knee and just bring it over like you're going to touch it to the left side of your mat. And then come back. Exhale, and now left to the right, and bring it back. Right to the left, and bring it back. Notice as we're doing this, our hips are not going up into the air, so it's not camping, we're not tense, we are planks. Good, keep the breath moving. You got one more. Good, chaturanga. So inhale as you lower, exhale, bring it up. Good, make any adjustments you need to. Lower this down to cobra if you need to. Take it up further. Good job. Just enjoy a great big breath here. And we're going to tuck those feet, lift the hips high, and downward dog. Find that big length between the heels and your hips. Good. Roll the shoulders back. Spread the fingers out. Push the fingertips into the floor. Good. Step forward with your left leg. And come up to high lunge. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to twist our lunge here. So right arm goes over to the left leg. You can take this left arm and wrap it, or just set it on your hip, or reach down. You can even reach back. Good. Spiral open. Take a breath. Exhale into warrior two. Good. Move your feet. Find your balance. And little pelvic tuck here. Make sure you're not pointing your tailbone way there behind you. And let's add just a little bit of movement here today. Inhale. Reverse your warrior. And now exhale, come back to warrior two. Now inhale and straighten your legs, reverse triangle, and exhale, warrior two. Stay in that warrior, reverse your warrior, and warrior two. Now straighten, reverse your triangle, and warrior two. Stay in your warrior, reverse warrior, warrior two, and straighten, and warrior two. Good, reach out here, left hand up. Now, keep that leg bent. Reach beyond your left foot and set your arm on your leg. Good, adjust as you need to. Really work on pushing that right hip down. This is extended angle. Looking up past that right arm. Now, if you're more flexible and you want to open to the floor, you can, but don't let your body turn toward the floor. So this is our angle here. So if we let this rise, we've broken our angle. You see that? So we need this pushing down, reaching, finding that distance between the toes or the heel here and the fingertips here. Good. From here, we're going to take the right arm and just circle it towards the top of your mat. Catch up with your hip. Straighten, and up we go into triangle. release in that space between your hip and your rib cage. Courtney's modifying using a block. You can do the same thing with your hand on your shin. Wherever you are, there's not a super amount of weight on this end of your body. See how she's modifying with the block, but look, she can lift her hand and not change her pose. So whether your hand's on your shin or the floor or a block, we're not leaning into that bottom hand. Good, now we're going to add a little bit of rotation to this. So keep your back straight. You're going to inhale, and it's just your rib cage. You're turning like you're going to touch the floor. Or you can just touch your other hand. Now exhale and open. Good. Inhale and turn. Exhale and open. Inhale and turn. If you feel like you get a little more motion by backing off a bit, you can do that. And exhale. One more time. Down. And exhale. Beautiful. Good. Come down this time and turn to a lunge. Just adjust your feet. Good. Right hand to the floor. Revolver lunge. So we're taking the spine the other way. You can always drop the knee here. You can always just set your hand on your knee if you need to do that as well. No tension in the neck. Remember, if we're looking in a direction and your neck doesn't like that, look down, just turn it. Good, and both hands to the floor. You're going to step halfway in with your right leg. Take a breath and just a little split your fold here. And step into your standing extension. Exhale and fold. Bend your knees if you need to. Hands to the floor. Walk back to plank. Good. Now, if you need a modification on the knees here, don't worry about the twisting. Just work on holding your plank, but you could also just hip drop here like this while we do the knees, all right? All right, whenever you're ready, start crossing over. Make sure you're not caving in so that the shoulders stay away from the ears. Go with your breath. One more each side. Nothing like waking up the core in the morning. Inhale, chaturanga. Exhale to up dog. Take a deep breath here. Let it out like a sigh. Tuck your feet and go to downward dog. Good. Now your heels don't have to touch the floor, but keep them pressing like you're trying so hard to reach the floor. And we'll step forward with the right foot. Come up to your high lunge. Get your balance. Move your feet if you need to. Inhale. Exhale. Twist your lunge. Again, you can do whatever you want with that back arm. You can wrap it. You can reach with it. Put it on your hip. Fix your ponytail. I don't know. Do whatever you want with it. And find a big breath. Open up to warrior two. Feel the strength in your legs. Good. Take this up. Reverse your warrior. Feel that hip open, sink that front hamstring. Exhale back to warrior two. Straighten your leg, reverse triangle. Feel that back hip. Exhale back to warrior two. Reverse warrior, warrior two, reverse triangle, and warrior two. If you're going slower than we are, that is okay. I'd rather you go with your breath. Maybe do one less. That's okay. One more. Stay here. Turn up. Reach. Sink this left hip. Find this space. Good. So what we don't want to do is this. See how I'm in this nice angle pose, but my sternum, my heart, my rib cage, I'm looking at the floor. It's okay to look at the floor, but I want everything open. So I can look at the floor if I want to, but I want to point my left rib cage to the ceiling. So you can almost imagine someone coming and just turning your rib cage. Relax that top shoulder. Try not to put tension in there. That's not where the turn comes from. It comes from here. Use your breath to just open that up. Again, if you want to go lower, you can, but we don't go lower by lifting the hip. Good. Now we're going to take a breath and move that left hand toward the top of our mat and catch up into triangle. And here's where you might want to grab a block, modify to your shin, and maybe you need to be in a different spot than you were on the other side. That's okay. Good. Let's begin that movement here. So I want to keep a straight spine, almost like I have a back brace on, and I'm turning to pick something up. And then exhale and lift. Good. As you exhale, allow that relaxation within the core, turning a little bit further. Of course, only going as far as your body tells you to go. And then come to the center of your mat. Turn to a lunge. Take a breath here. And exhale, revolve your lunge. If you need to drop the knee, you can. And let your hand come down. Step halfway in with your left leg. Reach that rib cage down the front leg and split your fold. So imagine someone coming up behind you and pulling your hips backwards. Try to find that sensation. Very nice. Inhale into standing extension. Exhale and fold. Good. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, unhinge. Take a big breath. Good. Exhale all the way open. Place your hands on the back of your hips and just push your hips forward here. Open up. Imagine you could touch your elbows behind you. And find your center. Good. Bring the hands to heart center. Good. Find into your left leg. So start with just a simple single leg stand. Try to lift your knee to hip height. Right, so think about your quad here being parallel. It's okay if it's not, right? It's okay if you even just got to touch your toe down. Make sure that you've got a little bend in that left knee. That's going to help your balance. And find something to focus on. Probably something that's not moving, so not one of us. Good. Now, take a breath. You're going to turn to your right. Left hand goes to the outside of your left leg. Right hand is reaching back. So this is a modified twisted single leg stand, big toe hold. This is the full version. You do the one that works for you. You want to try one, back off, or start with the lower and go higher, that's absolutely fine. Good. Set that down and just inhale. Now, with your left hand, reach down and grab your right foot. So it's the one that was just lifted. Good. So you've got this nice opening of the hip. And then from here, we're going to hinge. Now, if you need to release your foot and go down first and then grab your foot, you can. I want you to think about trying to pick up that knee to the ceiling. Standing split with leg drag. Let the hip open towards your right. And now let that foot down. I want you to put it right next to your left foot. We're going to go up to chair, but we're going to go all the way up. Inhale up. Now exhale into chair. Now, we're going to cycle through this. Watch, I'm going to reach down. Inhale up, push, and exhale into chair. Straight back here. Try not to release the spine. Inhale. Keep it in the legs. One more time. And the back. And chair. Hold it. Now take your prayer hands. Right elbow to the left leg. Good. If you can go farther, try to think about pulling that armpit into your knee. If you need less, look, this is okay too. Good, now get your balance. Look down, find your right foot. Good, now don't go till you're ready. You're going to step back into revolve lunge with prayer hands. Look back at that left arm. Drop into the hips. Let the hips sink. Hands to the floor. Drop your knee. Press the hips forward. Come up to a kneeling lunge. Good, now you're going to take your left arm and put it on the inside of your left leg and use that as your pivot point. Exhale and open to your right. Now we add movement. Inhale and sink the hips back. Inhale forward, rotate again, exhale. Inhale, sink the hips back. And exhale. Just 2 times on that. Good. Hands to the floor. Take this left leg, shoot it to the ceiling. 3-leg dog. Square off the hips here. Push that right foot down. Now remember the twist we did earlier where we took the left knee to the right side of your mat. We're going to do that from here. Inhale, exhale, come forward and reach across. Back up you go. Exhale. We're going to do it 4 times. You got 2 more. Big breath here. Now, I want you to take your left foot out to the side. So it's like a little kickstand. Kind of look like you're on a plank. Drop your hips. So this is a split leg up dog. Try not to kink your body one way or the other. Think about squared off shoulders with the top of your mat. If you're down here with your leg, that's okay too. We're going to thread the needle here. So you're going to reach for your left leg with your right arm. And then we're going to roll open. Bonus points if you're laying on your neighbor. Relax that left shoulder. Think about it dropping to the floor. Feel that shoulder move with your breath. Really let go of your core. Feel that breath. Releasing tension in that twist. Just set your foot down, roll to your belly. Come up to a tabletop. And just on your own here, just cat-cow. Just kind of a reset. Make sure that your knees are right underneath your hips. And your wrists are right underneath your shoulders. And then we're going to thread the needle here. So when you're ready, neutralize that spine. Reach out with your left, lay your right shoulder on the floor. Now if you can't get to your shoulder, just set your elbow down, that's fine. Keep the hips high. If you want a little more and it doesn't bother your neck, sometimes when we do this, we start pushing the head into the floor. So as long as it doesn't bother your neck, you can reach back here. You can also do a push-up hand. Go ahead and come up. And we're just going to go to the other side. So pick where you want to be here. And come back to center. Tuck your toes. Good. Lift your left leg back to 3-leg dog. Look forward and then step forward with that left leg. Good. Now step halfway in with your right. Stay right here and split your fold. Or if you'd like a little bit more today, reach that right foot to the ceiling for standing split. So you are pressing down. So we have earth and sky. Earth is here, sky is here. Reaching, reaching. If you want a little more for balance, you can take that left hand and wrap it around the calf. If you're feeling really giddy, you can wrap both hands around the calf. It's pretty hard. Good, feet together. And unhinge. Good, just a nice fold here for a reset. Inhale, Exhale, dive to the floor, hinge and fold. Relax the back. Good, bend your knees, unhinge. And hands to prayer. Well done. Let's do the other side. Did you forget we had another side? Good. Take a breath. And we go to single leg stance. So now we're lifting the left leg. Soften that right foot or right knee just a bit. Try to get horizontal. Use your core here. Think about pulling in your knee or up your knee with your belly button. Good. Inhale. Now we're going to take the right over and reach. So lots of levels here. If you're more balanced, you can try looking at your hand. You can reach for the foot but not look at your hand. So this is just like that twist we're going to do laying down, only harder because we add balance, right?
Goodness.
Yeah. It's way easier to lay down. Good. Set that down. Take a breath and sink into your chair. So active spine here. Ribs are staying off the hips. Here we go. Still ribs off the hips. Inhale. Lift. Exhale, chair. Inhale. Exhale, chair. Inhale. Exhale, chair. And inhale. Exhale, chair. And we come to prayer. Left elbow to the right leg. And this side might be different. Just honor where you're at on this side. Enjoy that twist. And look down at your feet. Find your left foot. You got a 50-50 chance here. Don't move till you're ready. Think about your movement first. When you're ready, step back to your revolve lunge with prayer hands. If you lose your balance, it's okay, right? You can open that up if you want to. Think about sinking into the hips. And set the hands on the floor. Drop your knees. Good. Or knee up. Find your kneeling lunge. Adjust through this. You want to sink the hips forward of this back knee if you can. So we don't want to look like we're proposing, right? With this hip right over the knee. We want to sink this forward. Take a breath. Right arm goes to the inside. Open up. So feel this opening this way of the whole body. And inhale on your way down. Exhale, slide the hips back. Inhale forward. Exhale, spiral open. Inhale down. Exhale back. And inhale, spiral open. Good, and hands to the floor. Shoot that left leg up to three-leg dog. Here we go. Right leg to the left side of your mat. And inhale. and chaturanga to up dog. Good, big breath. Let it out like a sigh. Good, tuck your feet, go back to your 3-leg dog. Right leg up. And let's stick that leg out, kickstand your plank. Let the hips drop. Good, when you're ready, thread the needle. Grab that foot if you can. This is much easier than when we were standing. Here's the question, when you were standing, were you even thinking about your breathing? Probably not, right? We focus on our balance. So here's a good chance to just really tune into the breath, because you don't have to focus on your balance. Good job. Roll to your belly, and we'll come up to that tabletop. Good. Now, just cat-cow. Now we are going to thread the needle again, but we're going to add a little twist because it's kind of our theme. So go ahead and just extend your left leg behind you. Now I want you to cross it over your right leg, but your leg is straight behind you. All right, so it's straight, so we're not sagging the knee to the floor. Push the ball of your foot into the floor. You're squeezing your inner thighs. Good. Now, we're going to twist toward the leg that's crossed. So we'll be going this way. Keep that foot that's crossed active on the floor. If you relax, you'll roll over. We won't see you though, so it's okay. Nice release in that hip. Good, and come up and just reset. Take the other one across, anchor into the floor, and we go the other way. We're focusing on a lot of spinal twists today, but we want to incorporate the hips into that because a lot of times our lower back tension and stress is actually starting in our hips. So when we can release the hips, a lot of times we also release the back. So take your knees out toward the sides of your mat, and we're going to sit back into child's pose here as we near the end of this cycle. Good, come back up. We're going to take your right leg now to 3-leg dog. Look forward and step forward. Halfway in with your left. Good, we're splitting our fold here. You do not have to stay here. You do not have to do what you did on the other side. Do what's going to work for you on this side. Think about that heaven and earth. Push down through the floor to reach up to the ceiling. Inhale as your feet come together. Lift that spine just a bit. And exhale and fold. Good, take a breath and unhinge. Roll your shoulders. Good, take a breath. I want you to clasp your hands behind your head. Good, now push your head into your hands. Open up your elbows. Press your shoulder blades into each other. Good. Try to pull in the core here so we're not letting go of the hips. Push that head back. Good. Now we're not going to pull on the head. We're just going to use the weight of our arms. Let your elbows point forward and just let the weight of your arms carry your chin to your chest. Nothing forced here. Good. Soften up just a bit when you come up. We're going to do that one more time. Press into your palms. Open up. Squeeze everything behind you. Take a big breath. Exhale. Carry everything forward. Good, and release. Big breath up. Exhale, hinge and fold. Good. We're going to go ahead and step back to downward dog. Good. And when you're ready, take your left leg, or your right leg rather, under you for your pigeon pose. So you can be here where you're squared off here. If you drop to the hip, usually it means this hip is going to be higher than the others. So if you're modifying for this, this is absolutely fine if you need that modification. If not, try to square off. Good. Think about sinking to the floor. And I really want you to think about pushing down with your back foot, top of the foot to the floor. And I'd like for you to relax your neck today. So you can just hang. You can set your hands on your fists. You can use a pillow even, or just your block if you'd like to. But really let your neck go. Good, and we're just going to reset to our downward dog. Bring yourself up for just a moment, tuck your back foot and lift to downward dog. When you're ready, make your way to the other side. No rush. And just notice where you're different on this side. So we tend to be very judgmental of ourselves, and we think about how we're not as good as on one side than another. Really, we just want to think about how we're different. It's not good and bad. It's not better and worse. It's just different. Just accepting where we are. And walk yourself up. Go ahead and swing your legs around. Good. Extend your left leg. Cross your right leg over. Good. Find your posture. Nice long seated twist here. Now before you twist, I want you to find your posture behind you. So we don't want to lean back into this. We want to reach up tall. So think about pushing your sit bones into the floor. Good. Reach around. So with your breath, you might almost feel like you're untwisting as you inhale. And then as you exhale, you can almost relax into a deeper twist. You don't have to force it though. Good, and come center. And I'd like for you to put your feet together in bound pose. Grab your feet. Now walk your hips to your heels. Good. And find your posture here. Take a breath. And if you'd like, you can bring your elbows forward to the floor or your shins. Try not to overly tuck your chin. Just let your head be an extension of your spine. Think of lengthening here rather than rolling up into a ball. Good, very nice. And we'll take the right leg out now. Left one across. Find that posture first. And when you're ready, on an exhale, we turn. Come out of that from here. Grab your legs, roll yourself all the way back. Give your legs a hug. On an inhale, open up your arms. Exhale, drop your knees to one side and look in the opposite direction. Good. On your inhale, come back center. Exhale the other way. Come back to the center. Put your feet on the floor and let your knees fall together. Take one hand and put it below your belly button, so on your hip, and put the other one on your ribs. Go ahead and close your eyes. And just take time here to connect with your breath. Feel your breath moving past that top hand, all the way down to that bottom hand. Internally, feel your breath go to that space between your belly button and your spine. At any point, if you want to move positions to corpse pose or even lay on your stomach, you can do that. I want to stress this is not the time to turn off the video. Shavasana is the most skipped pose, but it's the most important pose. This is like doing that soft reset on your phone, where everything works better after you do that. Feel your jaw relax and your tongue fall back into your mouth. Let your shoulders drop toward the floor. We're going to body scan today. So what that means is I want you to start at the very top of your head. And on your own, work your way through your body. Eyes, ears, everything. And just notice, does that space, wherever you are, need a place? Does it need a stop and a breath? place of release? The answer might be no, it feels good. The answer might be, oh, yeah, I'm going to hang out here for a minute and focus on that spot and breathe. And we'll slowly work your way all the way down to your feet, even your toes. But start at your head. And if you're still scanning, you just stay where you are. If you're done, draw your knees in and roll to your side first. Take a breath or two there. And when you're ready, join me seated. Bring your hands to your heart. I want you to cup your hands today. I want you to think about if there's anything mentally that you're holding on to that's really stressing you. Just imagine maybe that a word that goes with that or whatever, a sentence, but put it on a little piece of paper in your head and now put that in your hands. We're going to throw it away. Take a breath. Good. Inhale. Just release it. Good. And we're going to do that again, just in case you have more than one thing. Good. And take your hands from the outside now. Inhale. And this is all good energy, all good stuff we're going to put back in. Just spend a moment in quiet or prayer. Find something to be grateful for. And guys, God bless you. Namaste. Awesome job. Woo, woo, woo. Great job, you guys. Let me know that you were here. Check in. And I look forward to next time. Great job.